Man, whoa.
What was that?
That was ain't got no money. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Ain't got no. You was Eddie Kane sliding in at the end and shit.
Oh.
That was this nigga, dog. Does everybody have to know your business?
Why you look like you studying the natives?
Just watching, man.
We are back. We are back with the 14th episode of That's Just It.
14,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
14th episode.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
For real?
Kevin Samuels, it took him like 4 years before he blew up. And
Oh, it's definitely gonna take us some years.
you know, Gilly and Wallow, they got their big deal, you know, like
take a
100th episode or some shit. And,
Yeah,
you know,
take a minute, dog.
we
Take a
at
minute.
our 14th episode, we gon', you know, we putting it in, we doing it. That's why we here on Super Bowl night. This is a fucking holiday.
Ain't that
And we are all here. We are men that's here on Super Bowl. That is dedication.
And Rihanna about to take the stage.
And Rihanna about to take the stage. But the good thing is we can watch it on like the YouTube
On my
rewatch.
phone?
Well, I mean, you gonna be watching it while we talking and shit. I left my phone at home, so I can't see. And then Suge Knight ain't got no motherfucking live TV. What kind of shit is this? I think Death Roll is going down. It's going down. I'm about to sign with Cash Money.
Could have bought some rabbit ears in this one.
Right.
Okay.
So,
I don't know these people. I just work here.
this is how we started. We gonna start it like we always started.
All right.
And pass the shine.
Yes, sir. Jesus is Lord. What's up?
If I was in... Okay, we gonna do superheroes. We gonna do superheroes.
Okay,
I had to think
superhero.
about, right. I had to think about where I was because I know. Right. I know.
You know, I got the ring.
Right.
All right.
If I was Superman, because I ain't gonna say where I was from because I couldn't think of Metropolis. Where's
Metropolis, yeah, right.
But where is he from?
Krypton, like you said.
Krypton.
Yeah.
If I was from Krypton,
Kryptonian.
Kryptonian.
how would you greet me?
Peace, Earthling.
Peace, Earthling.
I think I got it right. Yeah.
Peace, Earthling.
Yes.
All right. Lou. Ram Lou, ESQ, because this is how we do our intros.
I wish y'all do this. I'm trying not to use the N-word off camera. He really is a good person.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them I'm a good person because you're going to mess it up for me.
Really, I'm talking to myself at this moment.
Right. I am a character that I put on this character, and I've made this, filter of this persona.
Two black guys that broke arm and that broken leg.
Damn.
They told me to stop, but I wouldn't listen.
You must have been in the metaverse.
Whoa.
That was some shit you was dreaming about. Right.
I'm gonna buy him a broken leg.
Right. I'm gonna get a broken arm.
I'm gonna buy him a broken arm.
What the fuck I'm doing while you breaking the arm though? I mean, I'll just let you break everything else. That's what's fucked up. I mean, after the arm, I'm getting the fuck on. But if you broke my arm, it ain't no fight no more, nigga. You win.
I have to agree.
Yeah,
somebody break your arm.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna let you break my leg too.
Exactly. So,
What kind of nigga am I?
That's the follow-through.
Your shit
You're
hurt.
supposed to break the leg first, nigga, so he can't run.
Well, you assume that I
You said broke arm first, then
I
you
did,
said broke
but
leg.
you
wanna
assume
see you
that
try to get away.
occurred in a certain chronological order.
All I
simply
heard was curve.
I simply heard what was
What the fuck were we doing? And it doesn't sound right coming from you, Lou. So,
It's so hard being pretty.
I agree. I know the feeling. If I was a Thundercat,
I don't even know that shit was after my time.
Thundercats?
You ain't even
No, I was in high school.
Okay, you right.
All right.
You know what I was doing at 3 p.m.?
Okay, I got one for you.
I don't want to know.
I got,
There were a lot of abandoned houses on the east side. There were a lot of abandoned
what
houses
the
on the east
fuck?
side.
Abandoned house. No.
Exactly.
I'm like,
Exactly. You got it right. You got both words right. Where was y'all sneaking and fucking?
in the bedroom in my house.
not in the abandoned
I
houses.
was
That's
in
where
my
they
sister's
killed
crib.
niggas at, right? You don't go in abandoned
Go to my
houses
sister's.
and have
Definitely end up on the side of a
mad
milk
as
box. So-
you definitely catch something on your dick
Hey,
if
man.
you go
Bring
into
your
abandoned
own
house.
blanket.
Hey, man.
and it ain't gonna be
Like to
gangrene.
feel that excitement, you know what I mean? And,
That danger.
I could get killed at any time.
In the abandoned house?
I guess so.
Some homeless guy walking behind you, get off my house. Why you got sticking somebody else here? Okay, that ain't okay.
Or just knowing that you're gonna catch some kind of germ, right?
don't give a fuck.
Tetanus on your balls.
Tetanus.
That was life on the
Tetanus.
east side. That was life on the east side.
Hey, man, if you
Black
going in the
mom
abandoned
grass
house,
shit.
Right.
you're not really worried about a whole bunch of shit.
You ain't worried about no catching that flies,
past
right?
that, my
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah. You in the abandoned house, right? You
No, not in the band though. I can't do that.
no.
Hey,
Wow.
Unless
she
you're
look
right,
like.
that's like a gangbang thing.
Yeah.
That's when
No matter what she look
you
like.
had to go in there with more than one person.
Let me say though, that was in middle school and high school, early high
You was
school.
taking chances like that in middle school?
So it was just you and another person in an abandoned house.
Sometimes there was only one other person.
I mean, why not? He still ain't answered how he would greet me.
You
So-
didn't tell me where you was from.
I did, but you said let me go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So
did I?
we back in the
I
abandoned
trust-
house.
I trust
right.
him.
We back in the
that's it.
and I don't mind. I don't blame you. I'm with that too.
I don't know no homeless superheroes.
I'm with that
Trust
too.
the past.
So back on the east side in the abandoned house.
Homeless superhero.
Just you and another guy.
That was only Monday through Fridays.
Monday through
Because
and you
Saturday was
still
family
got your
day and
degree.
Sunday was church.
And you still got your diploma.
Yeah.
So this was after school.
It was after school.
Yeah, he said 3
Except
p.m.
in the summer.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was 3 p.m.
Yeah, he said it was after 3 p.m. He
Oh,
said, you know
okay.
what I was doing after 3 p.m.
Yeah, 3 a.m.
So
we really
after
don't know.
everybody got home in the abandoned houses and the kids was walking past, you was in there fornicating with another male.
Who said it? Where we was playing
Sometimes
chess?
it was a female.
Oh, sometimes it was a female. Okay, that's why I'm getting it clear because I can't assume things.
But
I have to.
But can I just add the moral thing to this is why you need to fucking talk to your kids about protection. And that's all I have to say.
Definitely catch AIDS in the abandoned
Because they fucking.
Oh, in abandoned houses. And that's why we need the houses locked up and boarded up in these neighborhoods.
Just tear them all
Because
down.
the right niggas like Lou.
You need a
Tear
condom.
them all down.
And you need a
Tear
number.
them down.
Yeah.
411 on both of
Tetanus
them.
shot.
And
Right,
here it
you
is. I
need-
used to be worried about raccoons in the
See,
house.
they need to give out condoms in schools and nail guns.
Lock that door behind you.
So,
Let's get back to,
Yes.
let's get back to the Thundercats.
right, we back. No, because that wasn't your time. So we gotta go some of your time.
But I do know the grandfather on the Cosby Show was Panthro.
It was Panthro.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
That is
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
That is
You
correct.
look like Panthro.
No.
Yay.
You like you could be Panthro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to this
So
intro.
whatever the fuck Panthro would say, that's what I would say.
But we not there. We back something at your time that you can remember. So
Green
if
Hornet.
I
Green Hornet.
if I was Captain Caveman,
Captain Caveman.
how would you greet me? Bitch. Bitch. There you go. Bam.
Remember he had that big club?
Yeah.
And the 3 women.
He had three women.
Yeah.
Remember it was always the
teenagers.
3
Yeah.
teenagers.
No, because
Teen
that was
angels.
before my time. I wasn't there. You know,
He say Unga Bunga.
Yeah, Uncle Bunga. Yeah, I can't think of what it was.
y'all remember that? So they about to cast it. They gonna cast us over the head.
I'm not even getting into this.
And remember in the
I'm not-
caveman that they just banged him over the head?
Yeah,
And
so you come
and he
with me.
did it with 3.
So we're saying,
That's where the rule of thumb come from.
Right.
and now
Rule of thumb. No, not thumbing the booty.
Oh, Lord, okay.
No, rule of thumb is
Boonga, boonga.
it was legal for you to beat your wife with anything that was thinner than your thumb.
Really?
That's the rule of thumb.
I didn't know that.
I just learned something new.
Yes, sir. That's why people don't want you to use it no more. But that's where this comes from.
so I guess now.
By rule of thumb.
So I be going
Wow.
out finding the stick.
Once the feminists see this show, they gonna cancel Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
But he liked variety too, because he had him a sister.
That's what it had.
He had a sister
With
cave
the fro. Remember she had the fro?
No,
With the orange crop top on.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah,
see
she
no
showed you
Captain
that
Caveman.
crop top.
Oh, you remember it?
Yeah, I watched that. I'm old.
I
Shit.
didn't see Captain Caveman. I didn't see Mighty Mouse.
Somehow, even though they
maybe I
were
don't
drawn
remember
the
Mighty
same,
Mouse.
she had the better body.
That's true.
The black girl.
The black girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was a child watching this.
Captain Caveman.
I'm trying to remember the actress that played her too. The actress. I can't remember who it was.
Did
Somebody
anybody
just
score?
scored a
Somebody just
touchdown.
scored?
Yeah.
Who?
Riri.
Oh, Rihanna.
Oh, wow.
She's doing a good job.
Yeah. Dez is watching the Super Bowl while we're doing the show, and I wish I could watch it too, but I left my phone.
Boom, 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 boom.
And then y'all would see my eyes looking at the table, so I couldn't really do it. And
Sorry about that, man.
yeah, Suge Knight didn't want to negotiate the time, and everybody else had to be here. So we here during the Super Bowl.
Is that why this office has so many windows?
Yeah, right. We need to be right. We got witnesses and shit.
I'm talking about hanging out of them.
Hanging out.
Oh, my office hours.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
He did Vanilla Ice
I
like
did.
More like it.
I was like, "Can we come early?" My office hours are. That's what he said. So,
Suge Knight.
All you need is a toupee.
so,
Unga Bunga.
and this nigga. That's how he would greet me. Uncle Bunga. I'm back at you. I'm right. I'm right.
The
where
first
you at.
one was better. I like that one. Boom, bitch. All right, there you go. I like the first one better.
Yeah, that's how you get canceled.
So, he said it, not me.
Yeah.
If I.
You down there still. All you down there.
If I, Profound Rucker, let me say his name first
You
so he can stop
stupid.
talking. Because I can't make you last. You be fucking it up.
No, man, I've been good. I've been
See,
2-0
can I
now.
go- Can we go without the retort?
I go last on the penalty.
The retort.
Yeah, I'm not. Are we talking about Ty?
What law book you been
I
reading?
don't know.
All right, come on, let's go.
I've been watching How to Get Away with Murder. Yeah, I can tell. All 6 seasons I had shit to do last week.
So you're a lawyer now.
Yeah. I can get away with murder.
Yeah, okay.
You know what? The problem with people not getting away with murder, because if you think about it, most serial killers get away with murder because they have practice.
No, because they have nobody to talk to.
No, if people practice what they did, they would become great at
If
it.
they shut their motherfucking mouth too,
Patience.
and shut their mouth like you said.
I mean,
You know who didn't talk about murder? Dahmer.
You don't know. You wasn't there.
Who is he talking to about it?
It don't matter. The motherfuckers he ate. He probably told them
the question.
He probably told them everything he did. You know, I killed 4 motherfuckers right before you, right?
Most successful killers don't talk about it.
But that's my point. Most successful killers,
You can't.
they've done it multiple times. They've had to practice.
So it becomes redundant.
And that's what I'm saying. People fuck up and get caught because this is their first murder. They don't have a plan. They don't have a plan after they do
Even though I
it.
just want this one nigga dead. All 4
Yeah,
of
so
them
you can get some
before
good.
him.
Yeah, you can
So
get.
I can get some practice.
I mean,
That's what I hear.
Think how many times have you heard somebody go buy duct tape and a shovel after they killed the motherfucker?
Let's do it before.
As opposed to before.
A whole year before.
Yeah, right. Hold up. Now they're all the same time, here and there.
Here and there. Or you send somebody else. Or you get that shit over Amazon. Or you know, I'm just saying. Motherfuckers get caught because they don't practice. They don't have any plan on what they gonna do after they get caught.
They be looking stupid. They buy all that shit and they buy lime with it. So it's fucked up.
They like,
I'm mad that you know about the line.
Get it all on discount.
who don't know about the lime, right? Who
Lime
don't
is
know
a bad
about the
motherfucker.
lime?
Lime is used for a lot of shit.
Right. So
Okay,
these
John
are
Wayne
things,
Gacy.
right? These are things you want to go ahead and purchase in small doses. So, Profound Rucker. if I was, did we do G.I. Joe before? If I was G.I. Joe, how would you greet me?
Yo, Joe.
Can I get it like they would say it though?
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
And knowing is half the battle.
Exactly. Knowing is half the battle.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Facts though.
Des Cortez.
What up, though?
The man.
Yeah.
I think we can get with this one. If I was a transformer,
Why did I say that? Why did I always go say that?
how would you greet me?
Megatron, move!
Nah, man.
Uh-oh. Wait, who said no?
Hold on, wait.
How would you do it? Go ahead.
Roll out.
Oh, roll out. But I need you to say it like he would say it, though.
You're right.
Say it like he would say it. What do you mean, no?
And that motherfucker turned that truck.
Transformers, roll out.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. I had to think about how that went.
I appreciate the assist on that one.
I know. The time when he ain't supposed to be last and shit, this nigga got the fucking right answer.
man.
No,
Shit,
I'm
right
drunk
at the right
now.
time.
Shit,
It
everything's
shows.
fluent.
It
So
is
like,
the show, right.
I'm
This is
drunk
how
right
we
now.
do. This is how we do. This is how we do.
All right.
So I'm glad that all my hosts are here. It's us 5 here. And what I've heard about the show is that people love the fact that we have all different views and different voices. I've heard that like 12, 15 times.
All right.
That's the thing that they like about the show is our different, like nobody, ain't no, you know, we might agree on the same thing, but we all think differently. So this title, you know, I'm going into the title, is about us thinking differently. And I believe that, again, back at words, everybody has different opinions. And everybody, Big Mama was different. So they taught him differently. And the people you learn from, the niggas that sold dope in the hood was different. So you learned and you inspired to be different things. But math gonna be the same. And the dictionary is going to be the same. So if we learn what the words mean and we all get a meaning of it, then we can probably get a better understanding on our opinions about the things. So the title of today's show is Does Body Count Count? And we're doing this because, you know, we're giving it to the ladies because I believe, and I had this discussion, that a lot of people doesn't even know what body count mean.
Really?
You said really. So let me say it like this. If a chick gives head to a nigga, is that body count?
Fuck yes.
Can we all? Okay,
Does mouth count?
Look. When I give an example,
Does mouth count?
When I
don't
give an
think that's
example,
everybody.
if it's a call to body count, whoever says that's a body count, hold up their hand. Okay. So if a chick gives head to, and I'm not gonna hold it up because I already kind of, you know, if a chick, okay, you want me to hold it up? Okay.
No, I mean I don't know what you're saying.
If a chick gives head to a dude, is that considered body count? Considered her part of her body count? So Dad says no. If a woman,
I'm saving the soul for so many women.
if a woman is having sex with another woman, no dildo, is that considered body count? No.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's considered body count, we're gonna say if she got a dildo, that's definitely considered body count. Another chick, because I'm saying these are things women don't think about because every time you should be like, what's her body count? Everybody always think of men. They always go where she had, you know, if you get say 9 men, then you got to know that it's 15 because you got to count them
by 3.
But what about the chicks? And what about
anything sexual where you penetrate somebody? That's
But
That's a body count.
Very careful not to say
In the
but
mouth,
penetration
though?
in the mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an orifice. So what?
But you calling that a body count? I don't think that should be considered.
If I'm sticking my, if I'm getting head from a chick,
He's counting throat pussy. So
yeah, shit, like it's all the same. You don't put your
women from like 10 to like 60.
So
Slow down.
you don't put your body part in somebody else. That's a body count.
And that's what you say. That's what you saying.
I don't know.
That's right. Because that's what you
My bad,
consider.
child.
Right. This is what
Like,
you said.
I don't know. Mouth, ear.
Okay,
Hey.
so check
all
this
them,
out.
I think it's
so
not body countable.
if a woman has getting penetrated anally, is that considered a body count? That counts, right?
That's body count. Yeah,
That's a body count.
Can I just say, just on my head, you'd be amazed when I'm doing the reading. A lot of high school girls think that anal sex and head are not sex.
Same thing
Anal
with
sex night?
same thing with the old school Arab woman. Remember they couldn't have penetration up here unless it was with their husband, but they'd get fucked in the ass and not call it sex.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
Y'all remember that?
a lot of
No,
church
I
girls was like
remember
that too.
this was
A lot of
before-
white girls, when I got to high school, because I had never been around white girls like that, but that's how they were. They was like,
They're a virgin, right? They're a virgin, but they give up their ass.
But I will do this. And I don't know what they expected me to not like that, but I was like, that's great. You're a great person.
So that's
I
what
totally support you in your decisions and everything.
So that's considered body count.
No. What? But that's why they was doing it, because they didn't want the body count.
So you saying that that's not body count?
No.
But
It's
that's penetration.
It's like kissing.
But it's penetration.
No.
Listen, your tongue during kissing go in the girl's mouth, right? That's penetration.
That's
Okay.
not sex though.
Your finger go in a woman, right? That's
Hold
not
up.
penetration.
How about this? As
Is
long
that
as you
body
on
count?
any type of, if I ejaculated, you came, whatever you was doing, that's a body count.
I mean, people.
So if you on,
but
hold
people
up,
can
head,
have sex and
ass.
not ejaculate. That doesn't mean that it's not body count. What if you have sex and don't ejaculate? It still counts.
That's a personal problem, but any damn way.
It still counts, though. But it still counts.
No. If you don't put it in somebody and you don't came that way, that's a body count.
If you don't come,
What if it's a hand job she gives you?
No, put it in, like in the body
But you
part.
put it in between her fingers.
That's
I mean, in my mind, that's sex.
and you're ejaculating.
I see what you're saying.
If she jack you off,
I see what you're saying.
Ejaculate, then that that's
any fleshy part of the body. How about that?
what's
A
the
fleshy part of the
Somebody
body.
fleshy
Find
part.
the definition
and this is my point. See how
of sex and body count.
See
A
this
fleshy
discussion. So because we're having this discussion, please pass the shine. Right. What do you think about our subject tonight?
What, as far as body count?
Yeah, as far as body count and what's considered and what should be counted as body count.
What you think about it?
What would the Lord say?
What would the Lord say?
What you think about it? Body one.
Right.
Well, I'll say it like this, because I'm actually amazed by everything that's been said.
Fucking that head up there. You just grabbed that head about 9 times.
I ain't gonna have no brim hanging around.
Right.
I ain't gonna have no brim on my hat. I'm gonna have to wear a skull cap.
I know he be in the car. He be about here like.
So I've learned quite a bit just in these last 5 minutes.
Cleanse my ears.
But funny. But I guess if I had to say something, and I'll just be brief, because I do know that, like, say for example, like when you watch a lot of YouTube videos, right, and they have the community, and I don't even know if we would fit in that community, but they call it the manosphere, right? Have y'all heard about that?
Yeah.
Or like the
Red
red pill, the manosphere.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Samuels would have belonged to the manosphere.
Exactly.
And basically, it's like a male empowerment thing.
Yeah, they're saying that.
In the case of like Kevin Samuels talking about like high value men, and you start seeing like within that, and there's another community too. They call it the red pill community, right? So you're starting to see that like the manosphere and the red pill community, as far as like talking about things, as far as like from a man's perspective, because it seems like that the male voice hasn't been heard. So the reason why I bring that up is because within those two communities, right, the idea of body count has actually been a very prolonged discussion, if you will. And like, how do men see the idea of body count? Like, if I'm trying to wife you up, or whatever the case is, then where does body count fall into that? Now, you know, it used to be that there was a time that, like, and I'm sure I could say this amongst brothers here, because I thought like this about 30 years ago. I actually thought that girls enjoyed the fact that men like had multiple partners. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means he had some little experience or whatever the case is. Yeah, but no, I'm finding out that like some women, and maybe y'all can educate me on this as well, but some women is like, dang, you had how many partners at what age and all this other kind of stuff? And it's like, I thought y'all liked that. I mean, I never told a girl that back when I was like back in my 20s. But here it is now, all these years later, with men, especially like from the idea of that, we might be trying to wife somebody up and something like that. The questions of like how many cats you've been with. Do I still have to contend with this cat if me and you get together?
But the thing is, though, like, you will never really know. How can it hold so much value? She could be going banging her next door neighbor every day, and you may never know that. So how can you say I'm gonna hold her to this body count and think about her in a certain way because of her body count, and you can never really tell exactly what's going on? Because she could tell everybody she a virgin. It could be perceived that way, and she could be getting smashed every night. So
that's actually a good question.
How do you hold value to something that you don't know exists?
And
anybody
I understand what you're saying, that you can't prove her body count.
Right.
So how can you hold value
isn't there a double standard in that?
All day long.
Why do men have all these counts on their bodies?
I don't even know why that's still the question. Everything's a double standard. Men and women
keep
are
holding
different.
it up. We keep holding it up. And what I mean is, I'm not saying men shouldn't have low body counts. That's not what I'm saying. If you have a high body count, even if you don't have a high body count, just because she has a high body count don't mean shit.
Exactly.
It don't mean shit when
we got way more than they got. We try to judge them.
You said it because she has a high body count?
Yeah, I'm just saying if she has a high body count and you might have a low body count, it don't mean shit.
And on the other end,
and the reason I worded that way because I want you to hear. This is important. It's too many times we frame that argument in that. Well, look at your dirt. Look at what you did, man. Yeah. That's not important. Take that out of the equation. It don't matter what I did.
And also,
it don't matter what she did.
I remember girls in the hood. No, that's perfect. I remember girls in the hood who got a certain, stigma because they had sex with certain people. Now, it was other ones who was having way more sex than that, and they weren't considered the same way. But because these women were having sex with these certain people, and it was a bigger thing, you know what I mean? They were perceived more so as the whores or this or this or that. Right. When they weren't having not as much as the other chicks, it's just who it was and how it was personified. So,
hold on. And what I was about to say to go with the other side, the low body count for a woman, that counts for inexperience. So you saying it doesn't matter? You like if she has a high body count, it shouldn't matter because you don't know. Count. And that's what I'm trying to say. Exactly. Say why you don't want a low body count.
Because every low body count I had, there was so much I had to deal with.
Exactly, and that's what that's my point right there.
I get it.
Okay, so you get what I'm trying to say. That low body count might count, but I mean high body count shouldn't count, but low body count definitely counts for. Does that true?
No, I'm saying.
Hold on, answer that.
What I'm saying with the low body count thing, it depends on the guy that she was with that make her the person that she is, because that guy that's with her, he could have taught her everything that was good to be known right then.
He ain't gonna know everything. He can't know everything.
I'm just saying.
He can't know everything.
Somebody who came in there and teach her. Somebody came in there and taught her to give the best hair like ever. You'll be like, what the hell?
That's the only way that he likes it. No, but you won't believe. That's what he likes.
But you won't believe she's only been with like about 4 guys. You be like, ain't no way in the world you been with 4 guys.
He might like a finger in his ass. He might like a finger in his ass. And I'm saying because I'm saying she can't say
that's like the third time
because you can't say that what one person likes and teaches a girl is going to be good for everybody else. So I'm saying she's only going to know what that guy likes.
You are absolutely right. But I want to go back to the 4 part. When you said the 4 part, what does it count for, the low body count? And I think it's important that if a woman has, like, your reason for not dealing with a low body count is a practical one. Have to deal with all this. But if you're not going to date a woman or a man because that person has a high body count and you think, oh, shame, fuck you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Now, if you say, does body count matter for the purposes of having the sex that I like to have? Well, that's a different question and conversation. So I just said we got to take away the shame because people are making decisions that they want to make, which harm no one.
And what also goes with high body count, and I looked and it looked like Sean wanted to say something. Also, because the thing also goes with high body count. What we assume is that when somebody does a lot of sex, that comes with diseases.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So that they're nasty. We don't know that they're clean, but we just assume that they're nasty because they fucking everybody. So that's what I'm saying. High body count, you're saying that just because she had a high body count, we should take away that stigma. But it also goes with when somebody has a high body count, we assume him or her is nasty.
But that's not true.
It's not true.
Because she can bang 1,000 and I have
that's
nothing.
true.
And somebody
and
can go bang one and then have every type of venereal disease there is.
End up with that package.
But that's the perception that goes with fuck. So what has to happen is we have to get an understanding on that perception.
But also too, take this for example. Women in my hood who I knew like were promiscuous as young kids, like women in my hood were known to holler at the, dope boys when they were like 16, you know what I mean? Boom, that's where they went. And you take them and they were promiscuous and people were saying they was gonna be this and they was gonna be this. And then I look now and I'm like, they like got husbands and they married and they doing well and you like, damn, like
but they kids fucked up.
That's another story.
That's another story, right? That's another story. But go ahead.
I'm saying they feel like, I guess in that way, like they got it out. Mm-hmm. Now I got women that I know who professionals who got married early, and maybe now in a divorce situation or go through something like, man, I wish I would have partied, lived, and did all that shit before I got married, and I feel like I would have felt better about my life. Now, what's that about? That's a totally different thing that I never even thought about.
What we said at the beginning, wanting to be somewhere other than where you are.
That's true. Can you, Reverend Sean? I want to.
Say what you was gonna say, please, sir.
Well, no, I mean because it's just again, this is all new territory for me. So, I'm learning a lot.
New type of
so this is all new territory for a brother.
Well, good. So, if it's new to you, then it's new to somebody else too.
But what I find amazing is now look, there's an old passage in the book of 1 Corinthians that all things might be lawful unto me, but not everything is permissible. Okay, or all things might be permissible to me, or not all things are lawful. All right. So in essence, right there is this idea that you're free to do whatever you want to do in your life, okay, but is everything that you want to do in your life is expedient to some degree or another. Now maybe I'll be the only guy that would say this, okay, I don't know, and I think we kind of had a looser conversation about this at the beginning of this podcast, like on the very first episode when we was talking off air one day. But like for me, and I'll just keep it about me, all right, now if I knew everything that I know now about sexual behavior and everything that I've done over the years and everything else, I'll be honest with you, I just would have waited. You know what I'm saying? Because most of my headaches, and I'm saying this as a man, most of my headaches came from the perspective of body count, came from the perspective of things that I was introduced to. All right, and the part that I'm not hearing, and this is not an affront to you guys, okay, but I've seen on so many different levels where between conscious and things that we do outside of our own selves, as far as like how, like say for example, without going into like no detail about something, I know a person, right, who because of some of the things that they've been through as far as body count, right, they do certain things, and I'm trying to temper how I say this. They do certain things.
Say it, Pastor.
And while it comes off like they're doing it for the greater good of a relationship, all right, and that kind of ties into when we was talking about kink when I had asked the question about intrinsic value. See, basically, you're doing what you're doing under a guise of friendship, but you're really doing it just to get your rocks off. You see what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, I make a long story short, right? I get what everybody is saying, but I think that too in some of these instances, because as a pastor, as a minister who does counseling as well, I've seen the, in my sphere of influence, I'll say it like that. I've seen where high body counts and things of that nature have had detrimental effects. And I like how you said even with children, okay? Because again, I see all the effects of this. And when you're wrestling with that nature, because let's be honest, all of us, the Bible says, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Okay, so we all deal with a depraved nature at the end of the day. So how we act within that depravity, okay, in and of itself.
But let me say this. Yes. Having preached a sermon about that, if we take away this whole notion of it's bad and evil to have sex, that needs to go.
I agree with you on that because sex. But I do agree with you on that.
Think about what motivates you to have sex. Why it's good to wait. It goes to not dealing with pregnancy, not dealing with disease, not dealing with emotional immaturity, or not ready for those things. Those are the reasons to perhaps wait for sex rather than, well, it's against God. I can't have sex because I'm not married. That's stupid. But
I would disagree with that, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the motivation has a very practical reason behind it. And I just want to say, too, on the neighborhood thing, my sister got mad at me because she thought I fucked her boyfriend. And she screams in the middle of the street, and I'm changing the names. Ain't Jane enough of a hoe? Do you have to be the neighborhood hoe too? It was his brother that I was sleeping with. But so when you said that there was always a neighborhood hoe,
that's so funny. I've never
thought about having he was a neighborhood hoe.
But what I was saying though, also too though, like when I talk about the women who did that or whatever and say they should have, but I also think about the men who early had body counts. They never really transpired into like husbands. You know what I mean? Like those women were able to get, you know what I mean, break down, find somebody and become good wives or quote unquote, you know what I mean, whatever. But those men the men that I knew that were doing that, they weren't able to do that. Like they never really made families that, you know, that end up working and different things like that. Like it wasn't the same thing. It was
because they had child support to pay. There's that.
And I think it's something like that.
I'm saying that comes with body count too.
But I think it's something like that, though. There's a key point. I think you bring up a good point in that, though, because to me, I think that's where like the emotional thing comes in.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
And again, that's why I say we have to weigh all of that when we take it into account. And again, because I know speaking again, I'll just speak for myself. Okay. That was an area that I know I had to go through the fiery furnace on because I knew in and of itself if I wanted to be in again speaking from the perspective of a man of the cloth, all right, if I knew I wanted to be everything that God wanted me to be, I can't be out here running game, all right, so to speak. And so at the end of the day, and then just looking from the perspective, and if I can just kind of like piggyback off of something you said, because like the way I look at it like this: if you say you believe in the biblical worldview and you believe in a creator God, that means that God stipulated that creation is supposed to flow a certain way that he wants it to flow. So in that, I found that even if I'm not a so-called professed believer, okay, I found that like if I just govern my life by certain dictates of like certain, I'm gonna use the word laws, but like this, because like say for example, I'm sure we all can say that we agree with the law of gravity, right? So it would behoove me that if I jump out of a plane, that I have a parachute, okay, because it works better in my interest. You see what I'm saying? And so if there is a certain ordinance of how things should be done, then I think that we do better. I'll say it like that, and I'll be fair to keep it in the realm of opinion. But I think we do better if we govern ourselves in that sense, and I even think that goes even as far as body count goes.
I agree.
Almost definitely. And just a few statistics from the Center for Disease Control. In a study conducted from 2015 to 2019 in regards to the median number of opposite sex partners in lifetime among sexually experienced women and men aged 25 to 49, women had 4.3 partners, and men had 6.3 partners.
Oh, I blew that out the water. 14. 6.
Yes, and of that percentage, I just some numbers. Women who had 2 to 4 partners were 29%. Men were 22%. Of those who had 15 or more partners were women 12.9% and men 28.3%.
This is not a city survey.
Is this in 1 year?
This is not a city survey.
Years, over 4 years.
I don't know where this is at, but it ain't.
It's over. Well, it's just that 4-year period of men and women between 25 and 49.
Between 29 and 49.
Yes.
Okay.
That's some shit right there.
So
that's a good stat.
That is. This man on the left has been pretty quiet, so I got to go into his world and give him a question so he can give me some foundation on it. You know, because
interesting,
right? Because he be quiet and shit, and then when I start talking about what he like to talk about, that nigga got all the information. So it's gonna start with a story, and then you can help me out, right? So, I got a girlfriend, right?
She got big titties.
Okay.
She got nice titties.
That mean a lot.
Yeah, she got nice titties.
That mean a lot.
She got nice
was
titties. She got happy titties.
Ask a girl with big titties how many times people open the doors for.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
All the time.
That-
She
that
want to
means-
say drinks is on me tonight, Lou. Just be my security.
Real shit though.
For real.
All day
I'm
with
sorry.
them
Go ahead with your
Right.
story.
Y'all about to make me forget my
I might
story
run
again.
downstairs, open up the door for a bit to do it right now.
So that's the security guard with the missing teeth. She has a big titties.
Oh, you know
I
she works
understand.
here.
About
dog.
teeth.
She works here.
She don't work here tonight. What she gonna do? Be waiting
Hey,
outside?
no, she
for
got
us?
them bitches fixed. That was her.
That's why we missed her.
That's what
Didn't
it
know who
is.
she
Are
was.
you serious?
She had all her teeth.
You ain't see the
I'm not getting in this
That was the
conversation.
dude.
I'm
That
not-
was the dude
No, we saw her
downstairs.
one. No, not today. The one time she got her teeth fixed, we saw her one more time after that, and then she was gone.
Maybe she took them out because she was eating them crab legs.
Okay.
Oh, the seafood
Maybe her
boil.
teeth got her a better life.
I mean, y'all have no.
When
I believe she got them
Mine
teeth.
did.
Somebody came in this building and was like, "Oh, she looked totally different, bro."
She
I ain't
was
gonna even
missing
lie.
the whole.
No, teeth go a long way.
I
Teeth
ain't
go a
seen
long
her.
way.
The velvet rub.
I ain't
Look,
gonna lie about that.
She looked totally
Teeth go a
different with
long
them
way.
teeth, bro.
I think
Yeah.
you're mistaken because
She
she,
went from
was
all to
eating crab
roll.
legs.
Yeah.
She,
remember on the road
took
to
them boys out.
the Lakeside Drive.
Negro.
No, not Lakeside Drive. Harborwoods.
Go a long way.
Man, come on, do your story there. These clowns, man.
But I agree.
So
Teeth will get you there.
Teeth. I don't even like purple gums. So hey, so teeth go a long way. I can't even deal with you if you got purple gums. I'm sorry.
God damn.
I'm sorry. Your gums got to be pink. I'm sorry.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Because if the gums is pink, you know the.
No, I wasn't trying to say that. I didn't say all that.
That is not the same.
No, I didn't say all that.
I'm
Thank you
gonna
very
pray
much.
with you when we leave here
The
today.
public service announcement, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray with you when we
I
leave
do
here.
endorse good dental hygiene, though, okay?
But he was about to say, I wasn't about to say that. But that means you was thinking it.
He caught it real
Public
quick.
service announcement. I do endorse good dental hygiene. What are you talking about?
Coochie, coochie. And I endorse good yoni health. Good yoni health.
Definitely got to scrub that boy.
Right. And we can get some sponsors for Yoni, right? We gonna get some sponsors for
No,
Yoni.
we need
then.
that.
We gonna,
Why will you finish the story?
Because y'all won't let me shit.
We talking about scrub it. We need to
So,
talk about that.
right. You the one started that. She had big titties. You started this shit. I
It
was
was just
telling
a
my
good
story.
question to know because that changed everything.
But I told she has happy titties.
I don't know the difference.
They nice. They stiff.
Y'all ain't supposed to know.
Yeah.
My happy
Thank
titties.
you. Thank you.
Right. That's,
Thank you.
That's the whole thing.
So
They
why you
happy
tell
titties.
us, dog?
He
No,
started
no,
it. I had to tell. They happy titties.
Happy teeth.
I'm about to
So, happy titties. It's how they make you feel,
It's a
not
little
what
more
they
bounce
do.
in the happy titties?
It's how they make you feel, not what they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, happy titties.
Sound good to me.
I bet you know what sad titties is.
Sad titties.
I definitely know.
I bet you can tell me what sad titties look like.
When you pick the bitches up with your arm.
What?
Boom, 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 boom.
I didn't even know they could be emotional sometimes.
Yeah.
That's new to you too.
That look sad as hell.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I'm just.
Walk around here looking like Igor.
I bet you. Hey,
I know some bras.
I know some charismatic titties.
And the feminists are going to say, using your words,
Hey.
and I know a lot of sad dicks too.
Oh, I bet they do. I bet they do.
sure
I bet they do. I done heard some stuff.
Yeah, but I don't. That's what matters. I don't know the sad dude.
You ain't no happy.
I know some charismatic titties though. Charismatic titties. So back to my story.
Yes, please.
Imagine a woman walking around with that on her t-shirt.
I got charismatic. Right.
Sad titties.
It's
You got a
tattooed.
sad dick.
Look,
You got a sad dick.
it's a tattoo. Like bitch that charisma, charismatic on the titties. She at the strip club with charismatic on her titties. Okay.
You gotta get them bitches a new name. They do got a personality.
You got him running out the league. You got him going out the
all the Lexuses and shit and all the
tell the truth about them.
Mercedes, and so they back at they with the emotions now.
I feel you.
Right.
All right.
Happy titties, charismatic. Charismatic on stage 3.
Cause he done seen all them titties before.
Right. Charismatic, come on up. Show you on the stage. I have a girlfriend and she likes pussy. I said that before, but y'all be thinking I'd be joking, but I'm for real. She likes
Ain't
pussy.
nobody thinking you joking.
Yeah, I mean, they
So
what you
we
do?
were talking about getting a unicorn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see now he feel where I'm coming from.
Have you seen the tan unicorn?
Okay, so we were talking about getting a unicorn.
Ignore him.
And my thing is, we're talking about body count. So I'm tying this in because, and we talked about body count and nastiness. I want to have another woman and everything, but I think all bitches nasty. So I'm
like, damn, for real, you don't say.
I think all bitches nasty.
So I have to trust a woman before I get to that point to where I want
Trust her to what?
I don't know. That's just like, even though you said you can't believe everything a woman says, I believe the woman that I'm fucking, not fucking nobody else. So in turn, I'm not fucking nobody else. I don't give a fuck what you say. But because I'm the person that has trust issues and I got married because I had trust issues, that's a big thing.
That's the last reason.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing in my life, bro. That's a big thing in my life is trust instead of love. So that's what I'm saying. I don't trust people to jump on, So that's what I was about to hit Profile with, because he freaky and he be down in the the freaky booth.
Are we live right now?
The freaky matter.
Can we edit any of this?
And this is what I told him. I
You
said,
was in a dungeon.
I said, once I was.
And you'll call him free?
I'm gonna make a dungeon too, as soon as I get space.
You gonna invite them same people?
No, I don't even know them no more.
Okay.
I'm gonna invite new people. We got black people at our party. It's some. I'm in a group that they be having this.
I'm pretty sure you is.
This freak parties every. They about to have one on Valentine's. They did a glory hole a couple weeks ago. For real? Yeah, and that's another thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Look, a chick.
That's some sexy shit.
A chick that's in the glory hole.
But do
right?
you know where it started from?
But
Though?
wait.
Before
That's
the thing.
Hold on. But this is the question. This is the question. Remember what y'all about to say. But a chick that does a glory hole, can you count all them niggas as body count?
Oh shit!
If she put it in,
Yeah.
I just said, how did she know?
She might as well put a tally on the wall.
How she know how many niggas she did?
If she's at the label, if she's there where she's doing glory holes,
She don't give a fuck about her body count.
It don't matter.
She didn't care about it.
that count been over. She don't even know who's on the other side.
That's
of the
my
wall.
point. So
her count don't count. You know what I mean? Like if that's one, you don't even know who's there.
I get what you saying.
Damn.
But I'm saying we
Where
have
you get
to
your
all-
law degree from. That's some hell of a small print.
And that's what I'm saying. We have to get everybody to believe to think the same
You
way.
don't know who it is. That count is.
That's what I'm saying.
She don't even give a fuck. She
You
don't
don't even
care.
know how
She's
many
in the
she
book.
did. You don't even know how many she did.
She don't know either.
Right. So
can I do
and I'm strong with what you're saying that it shouldn't.
When do you
count
think she lost
because
count?
It doesn't matter what body counts is if they
All
don't
them
even
count
hold
is
it.
one.
Right.
Well, can I ask something from my community in your question about
No. Go ahead,
body
please.
count? Does a circle
It
joint?
does not apply.
Does a
If the
circle-
gloves don't fit, if you must have quit.
That answers the question. The question is, if it's a circle jerk.
A what?
Yeah, I haven't done that.
A circle jerk.
It's like a group of guys get off and they jack off together. They don't fuck. They don't suck. They just.
So would that be six nigga body counts? Right? Would that be?
But I'm asking the question. Yeah, all of them.
Only one hand was on your Johnson.
Every nigga around that table.
Only one hand was on the Johnson.
So wait. So
if you can,
what they call that?
Only one hand was on the Johnson.
I agree with you. It counts.
Miles. What they call that? Bukkake.
Yeah.
You're on the situation.
So
only one hand is on your thing.
Which is your hand. Yeah.
It don't matter. You in there.
Y'all all sitting around jacking yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. You supposed to let them do it, I thought.
No, what, Miles?
You know what?
It was some white dudes on my football team that used to do that shit, bro.
Sit in the circle and jack off.
With a fucking cracker. And the last person in that bus got to eat the cracker.
Oh, hell.
What?
Hell.
That's some white people shit.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
That's how I felt when I
gotta come out the earphones on that.
Look, I said I will pray with you today. When we walk out of here, we're going to pray.
Listen, I felt the same way y'all feeling right now. And they was like, nah, that ain't gay. That ain't none of that.
Whoa.
Did you try it?
The cracker part, though.
Same motherfucker slapping you on the ass when you getting a good play, right?
It's over with after that. None of that shit happens. When they come in the shower down doing practice, I'm leaving up out that bitch. I ain't with none of that extra shit.
All that for a saltine.
And I'm not eating no crackers, bro.
All he get the Heisman Trophy.
No crackers.
Ain't no way you can tell me nothing different, bro. Ain't no.
Who got the Heisman Trophy that year?
Listen, I don't give a fuck.
But then I was just curious. But something you said.
Nothing. If you could even do it, right? Like that's nothing. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to know if it counted as body count. That's all.
I can't.
I'm sure they do.
I would count that as body count.
I counted as body count.
If 6 women was around in the circle and they all did themselves with their fingers, I couldn't count that as a body count.
That
for
ain't
all
body
of them.
count.
But you know what? And I think
that ain't body count.
But y'all saying 6 dudes sitting around is
I ain't say that.
I mean they said that.
But that's because it recognizes. I think what my position is. I can't speak for you. Recognizes that sex happens in the mind first, always before the physical. So that's why if we're naked together in a room, that's a body count, and we're doing sexual things.
I don't agree.
Okay, I'm just saying. That's just my thing.
Okay,
because of the mind aspect of it.
That means that you can be on the internet and jack off to somebody on the phone.
There's no exchange of energy, though.
But you can know this.
The exchange of energy has to be.
You can know this person, and they're in LA
live, like
and we on live, and we jack, and she doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. Would that be a body count?
Nah.
We on the internet, and I never met this chick, but we always have computer love, right? We always have computer love.
Look, she gonna forget about your ass by next week and be telling somebody I don't even know who that is.
But is that body count
into the vagina? Or into
an orifice.
The other, yeah.
Mouth, ass, pussy.
So it would go back to the circle jerk. So if that don't count, then how can the circle jerk count?
Anything down there in the pelvis area.
So how can the circle jerk count? Right? If that don't, okay. So
because that's your hand is outside the pelvis area.
So that would be the only person that believe that then.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So your pelvis areas got to touch. Your pelvis areas got to touch, or for it to be, I think.
So pelvis to face,
right? Her
pelvis to face. So
no, what? The two people's areas, pelvis areas,
so
got to touch in the.
So giving oral wouldn't be a body count.
No,
why not?
I said that from the beginning.
What if she did 8 niggas at one time? None of that.
You be okay with
zero body count wise.
What's wrong with you?
Because the thing is, you don't know if homegirl over here was saying she nice, ain't did the same thing to 12 of them.
You right.
Can I say something though?
I'm still saying you right.
No idea.
I'm still saying
so
you right.
So how could it even? You know what I mean?
Why should it?
Are you gonna really put down the ones who being honest about how many dicks they done suck? You gonna really make them bad? No.
If she got bad teeth, yes. If that bitch downstairs,
she got that purple gum.
Right. If that bitch downstairs said she sucked 8 dicks, I'm a believer.
She got her teeth did. You was talking and you was like, ooh.
If she had them teeth and she said she sucked 8 dicks, I wouldn't ever put my dick in her mouth.
So what?
Bullshit.
What?
The teeth she had.
But with the new teeth, you gonna say that like that helped her start over?
No, they look like they gonna hurt because them new teeth be all big and shit.
Bad boy looking like they
He's like, and I know what they was. So
she needs somebody
like, nah, you gonna have to take them veneers off. Hit me with the shark boys.
Can you fluff veneers?
She'll leave her shit on your ass.
Can you false veneers?
She a rookie with them teeth.
Can you floss veneers? I don't know.
Can you what?
Can you false
Floss veneers.
I don't know, motherfucker. Right. No fucking veneers. What are you talking about, man?
I take them out and run them through the car wash.
I think you can.
Run them through the car
Yeah,
wash.
okay. I wanted to make sure.
Run them through the car wash. Go ahead.
Something you made me think about, and I was talking with my partner about it earlier.
Black Mason.
Hey, no, he gonna whoop your ass.
He getting bigger too.
Hey, he got your picture up. I'm telling you.
Tell him. Break the leg first. Remember, break the leg first.
And I thought you were forward to it.
That's why he can't find the picture, right? That's why Luke can't find it, because Mason got it.
But I thought this was so interesting. Reverend Sean. Dude, I'm scared. No, I don't even be like that with Reverend Sean. We're going through it, dog. We don't take him through it, dog.
Luke got a glory board and shit.
I hate that shit.
A glory vision board.
Not bad, dog. All right, man. Come on, man.
This is one of the most influential motherfuckers in my life in a positive way.
Thank you. I'm glad I am. You my man. You my man. It's a portable.
He folds it up.
Listen.
Put it in his side.
The Holy Spirit is telling Pastor Sean, please stick on with these brothers. I need you to stick on with these brothers.
He's like, they need you, bro. They need you, bro. I told you when we started, you are our conscience, Pastor.
Lord,
I told you.
I'm trying, Lord.
Look, and I have really been thinking about going back to church the way I used to. Ever since I've been dealing with him.
But go ahead, Luke. Please say what you got to say.
I didn't even say nothing about the rim seat. That's a whole different thing.
You doing
Right. That's the next show.
He said, what? Rim what?
A rim seat.
A rim? Oh, what's... I don't even want to know. Stop.
Right.
Okay.
Some Erica Badu show.
Yeah, you gotta have one for the dungeon.
Okay. Not with my. I don't want to do the rim seat.
Oh, they were getting ready for the rim seat.
I don't want to do the rim seat.
You just didn't know. They were getting you ready for the rim seat.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But, honestly, this is the first relationship in which I wanted to be faithful.
I thought he was about to say bottom. I was like,
No.
Come on, man. He been serious, man. He never wanted to be faithful before. That's some shit for a man to say, dog.
No, and it is. And it's so new to me because, yeah, you be faithful because you're in a relationship.
I know what you're talking about.
The Bible say you're supposed to be faithful. The marriage contract says you're supposed to be faithful, but that doesn't mean that I wanted to be faithful. But this is the first time I want to be faithful.
I know that feeling. That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling to have.
That's
That
what
means you got a lot
I
of
felt
trust.
like that when I got married.
Well, that's what made me think about
That's
it.
it.
That's love. That's love.
Yeah.
That's love.
That's it. And the story's over. That's it.
For a man
said leave it there.
who like got a body count,
Leave it there.
Yeah.
that's love.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a
Exactly.
man who he done been doing this, and then he say, "Listen,
I'll cut all that shit out and I'm fucking with you.
Dog.
That's love.
That's
That's
love,
compromise.
dog. Yeah.
That's compromise.
That's beyond compromise.
That's compromise.
Everything that I actually thought was what I was supposed to be doing, what was dope, what was great. I'm willing to push all that back and say, "Hey, I want to be with you."
It's new.
That's
It's
love,
new.
bro.
Yeah.
It's new.
That's love.
so,
And it's fucked up when it don't work out.
so we got 2 minutes.
Be like, yeah.
Dead. Does body count?
No.
You said no.
He don't care.
Nah, I don't
He don't give a fuck.
Blue.
Fuck no.
Pastor Sean.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At the gates of heaven. We ain't
You better put an applause on that. What you talking about? You better put an applause on that.
gonna have a long list. Like, hey, look.
Profound.
No, let a hoe be a hoe.
Body
You good.
does. And,
No
and,
be a
and
hoe.
my
No, let
answer
a hoe
would
be a hoe.
Oh, no, be home.
My
That's a good
answer
quote.
would be is that it counts when depending on what you're trying to do.
That's acceptable.
If you're trying to get married, then
Body count.
I ain't gonna say if it counts or not.
But if you're trying to get some good movement,
because
it count too.
And let me say this before we end, and this is why I say this, and I'm gonna say again, I'm back with the dates. I'm not gonna say a certain person. I'm saying I was dating one woman. She was a whore, and she cheated on me and everything. I still dated her.
Where she at?
So with a white boy. So after with the white boy staying in this house, going on vacations and shit. I can't. If I could, then she'd be in the glory hole. So
right now she's looking at herself like, oh, he talking about me.
So after I dated her, I was looking for somebody that didn't have as much experience and everything. So I got in a relationship with somebody who only had supposedly one other penis before mine. So nobody. Of course, I believe her.
How old was she?
It doesn't matter because then we get into details.
It matters, brother.
So what I'm saying is, when I was in that relationship, it wasn't as much experience on the sex side, and like certain things she didn't even want to learn or do. And because she
real quick,
because she got bored. She didn't want. So I'm saying at that time it mattered because that fucked with that relationship.
Cool. But I've seen the opposite to women who haven't had as many sexual partners who really like I want to try this. I want to try this.
Exactly.
I want to do this. I want to do this. You know what I mean? On a different level to where it's like they not in a ball, they've seen or heard some shit that they wanted to do, and they're willing to try it, and they want you to teach them. And that's the dopest
and let me
shit
say, and a lot of them women that has a lot of body count do everything
that you like.
I will say, at a certain point though, and I was feeling this way before Irwin. If I never had sex again,
did you say his name?
He did.
Yeah.
He did say his name. No, you didn't.
Nah,
you dropping names?
You've never said his name.
I thought his name was Mason.
I did too.
But never said his name. Well, you in love, losing love. Okay. We got go ahead then because we got to wrap up.
Okay, but I made me forget what the fuck I want to say. But I do want to say, please, especially talk to your children because they are fucking.
Definitely.
They might be 7, 8, 9, 10. They are fucking. There was a report on NPR today. Little boy is in love. 11. He had a boyfriend.
Some kids. Let's say some.
I wasn't fucking adults when I was 10.
No, we're saying some kids are fucking. We can't say all kids are fucking.
Oh, okay.
We have to say some kids.
Damn, my least waited to 12.
Because
right, but please,
you're going to have them calling you like, nigga, my kid ain't fucking.
Oh, okay.
And I bet you those are kids that's fucking.
Yeah, always.
While she working at the hospital.
Please talk to your children about that and engage in safe sexual practices, which include the mental and the spiritual.
Hey, and knowing is half the battle.
And that's just it. Podcast. See you next week.
See you next week.